everybody, and welcome to the Table Team, and welcome to your press conference reaction of Cardiff v Leeds United. Well, sorry we're late starting, guys. He's only just finished his press conference as we speak, so wow, that were a bit long-winded, wasn't it? Bit long-winded. I've got most of it down. I've got the transcript on this screen above me. I'm waiting for Lee to join me whenever he comes on. But look, let's get into it. Right. Obviously, first question were about Luke. Why we let Luke Ayling go, we let Jed Spence go. Why did we allow it to? Why did we allow this to happen? Why did we allow him to leave? Here's Lee. Lee, how are you doing, mate? Are you all right?
Yeah.
Right, so just getting into it now, mate. Hiya, Vinda, mate. Hope you're doing well. Mate. Yeah, Jessie's going to be on short. She's just having a cig. I'm going to go through comments for you, Lee, and then I'm going to put a link on for everyone to join. Farke, what did he say? Right, here we go. Right, with Luke, it was a special situation. We spoke, and let me bring that down so I'm not looking up like that. I'm still here, aren't we?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right. So this is what it says, right? With Luke, it was a special situation. I spoke a lot about my appreciation of him and his value for us as a club. If we judge the situation selfishly, you have to say it's not like our numbers at fullback are too big. You want to keep a player like that because he's proven. Keep him as a human being. After the cup game, he came to us and asked if we would allow him to move. If someone with his CV asks the club like that, you've got to accept it. You've got to accept it. We want an experienced leader. He was great for the club. So many years here. He spent so many years here than I have spent months. We listened to him. And that's only fair. He has done so much for the club. I know the club has done so much for him too. I have to remember his situation. His contract runs out. He is the oldest outfield player, and he wants to get more. He wants to get more minutes before the fire is still burning. Selfishly, we want to keep you, but you have done so much. Not just because we want you to give something back. But he was always loyal and professional. You deserve a final goodbye in the way you choose. It's not an easy decision. I said a lot about my thoughts on him. I have played him more. If I'd have played him more, he would have stayed. So I know I played my role in this. He had to think about the final steps of his career. It would not have made any sense to keep him here. So we had to allow him his move. That's what he said. And then he says, just gonna send just link. So it's right. So I'm having trouble. He's having a clear out, yeah. And she says, I can't understand Farke. Can someone tell me if we're buying players? He didn't say anything about buying players. He said that he didn't want to talk about buying players. Leeds Angels. He says that because he don't want other clubs to know that we're desperate for a player, and that'll up the price. That's what he was saying. He got asked about fullback replacements. And he says, I am always open about transfers and what we need in positions. We did this in the summer with Sam Byram and in the end, Jed Spence. I like to be open and transparent. I am more careful in January because I know the market is difficult. I cannot lie. We have areas with too few members, but I know this market is difficult because players are under contract. players available are those who are coming back from injury or not playing. Nobody is tempted to give players away who are playing regular. If you want someone who has not played recently, it is hard to get them going. It is hard to get them. Or you spend crazy money, and we cannot do this. I am careful to speak in public about what we do in January. We have some positions where it would be great to strengthen, but I know how difficult the market is. Players here, you cannot guarantee how a new face will make them feel. Make them feel not wanted or not valued. I do not speak publicly too much about what we do, what we want to do. If business is done, we will speak about it. We know it would be great to strengthen, but I do not want to point out where we need to strengthen. So that's what it says. Get the old out, in new in. Do you know some at Leeds Angels? I'm in agreement with you. I think we've got to. I really do. I think you're right. I think we've got to. Yes, I get it. Simple, I've sent you a link, Jess. I think, love. I've definitely sent you a link. I still say that 3 will go. Well, I think Nonto's going to be. I think there's a sneaky feeling that Nonto's going to end up going at West Ham. What about you, Lee?
I think Nonto was there.
Right, what about you, Jess? Do you think Nonto will stay or go to West Ham?
I think he'll go, mate.
I think so. I really do, because did that press conference fill you with any confidence, Jess?
Not really, mate. Did it you?
All I were hearing were about the thing what stuck in my head were Cresswell wanting to play first team football, but Farke's not
Having it.
that he's not going to get in front of him.
It's sad on Charlie's part, mate, because I don't understand why he won't get a chance. I really don't.
I don't understand it. It's mad. It's madness.
It's not that, Stu. If Cooper's out, why not give him a chance?
Well, Cooper's out.
Yeah, exactly. He's got a groin injury, hasn't he?
Strike's no chance of playing either.
Is that him being stubborn, Stu?
Well, there's no chance with Strike. Cooper's he thinks he's a major doubt, doesn't he? He don't think it's
He's done his groin, hasn't he? So it's looking like maybe Ampadu then and Rodon.
So why can't you give? Why can't we give Cresswell, who's a recognised centre back, a chance? Why are we playing Ampadu at back?
He clearly sees something in training that we're not seeing in it, Stu. Because for me, he did really well in Euros, Charlie, and I would give him a chance. But what he's more or less saying is, I'm not prepared to let him go out on loan. I want a permanent deal for him. From what I could gather from what he was saying when he were waffling, I'd like to see him start. But he's saying the mentality isn't there.
But the problem with that is, if it's, I mean, he started going on about the conversation he had, and it got a bit lost in translation for me.
Yeah.
He was basically saying to Cresswell, you're not going to get in front of Rodon. You're not going to get in front of Spence, in front of Strike. Mm-hmm. So what sort of mentality is Farke expecting him to have? If I got told that by my manager,
exactly.
I'd be saying, well, let me go then, get me out.
But he's saying that he's in the 4 centre backs, but clearly not, because you won't play him. So you can't say he's in my 4 centre backs because you're not playing him. And you'd rather play Ethan Ampadu at centre back tomorrow than Charlie Cresswell. On Saturday. So for me, Charlie needs to look and go somewhere else, because if he can't get a sniff now when there's injury, he's never going to play, Stu. And it's not good. But for me, you need to move on now, Charlie. It's kind of said it all today.
You see, I love what Cooper's done, right? I do. I respect what Cooper's done. But I would have put Charlie Cresswell in front of Cooper because Cooper, let's be honest, brilliant when he doesn't have to track back. But he's got his legs have gone. So why not? And Cresswell's younger. He's got experience playing international football. Yes, it's only under 21s. He's got that experience. He's played in tournaments against good opponents in Spain, against Spain and stuff like Germany and stuff. I would start him ahead of Cooper personally. That's what I'd do. I really would.
For me, Stu, if he couldn't even get into FA Cup team last week, it were all it were more than likely written in stars, wasn't it? That he's done, and it's unfortunate.
He got asked about Ryan Giles. Now he says, "I do not speak about any players, only when business is done."
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
Ryan Giles, I don't know much about Ryan Giles, guys. I really don't. I don't know much about him. What do you know about Ryan Giles?
Not a lot.
I don't know anything about him.
No, me neither.
Who does he play for? Check out Ryan Giles. RyanGiles.
Get your Lee to do that. Your Lee's all stats now. We'll get Lee to do that.
For me. So tell me if you need me to spell it for you, mate. So it's R for Robert, Y for Yo-Yo, A for Apple, N for Norman, and then it's Giles.
Luton? Oh, is he at Luton, Colin? Ah.
I'm assuming, though, that he can't get into Luton's squad.
But it's same as Cooper, isn't it? Now he's saying more or less he's going to be staying till the end of the season now because he's a bit younger than Ayling, and he said that, didn't he? You know what I mean?
I wonder if he had Bamford marked to go until he smashed that goal.
Yeah, but there's rumours floating, Stu, about Patrick Bamford. That Nottingham Forest are interested in him. A £5 million deal. And they reckon, now, don't shoot me dead here, but I've heard that Chris Wood's on about going. There's clubs looking at Chris Wood, and if Chris Wood did go, you could actually say, I'm coming in for Bamford. That don't leave us much time to recruit, though. If he's going to recruit at all, because clearly he's happy with what he's got. But for me, I think we're a bit thin.
You see, right? I mean, look, I've always said you don't bring players back because it hardly ever works.
Mm-hmm.
But would you be for Chris Wood to come back, Jess, if we got rid of Bamford?
Would I what? Sorry.
Would you have Chris Wood at Leeds again?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I wouldn't either, but we need to get someone in.
For me, if we're gonna, I mean, I'm just looking at Ryan Giles now. Left back, Stewie is. He's played 4 times for under 20s. Born in Telford, 23-year-old. Main positions: left back, left midfield, left winger.
Right.
But he only joined them on 28th of July, 2023.
Right. So, fair enough. So basically, he hasn't played much football and has he for Luton? Wow.
23 to 24 appearances. He's made 11 appearances in Premier League, 2 in FEL, 650 minutes he's played. And he's played, let's have a look, 8th at 12th against Brighton. He played the 90. He played 90 minutes against Chelsea. He played 71 minutes against West Ham. But these...
So they're using him then, aren't they?
He's playing, but he hasn't played like massive amount of football. But he played against. Oh, he went on bench. So he's been on bench 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. And last game he played were for against Brighton, 8th for the 12th, 23, 90 minutes as a left midfielder. So he can play about a bit. I don't see that one happening. But yeah, Cole says he swapped Bamford for Origi. Origi hasn't played much for me, Stu. He looks top heavy. I mean, when he were at Liverpool, that were a bit different. Then he went to AC Milan and that didn't work out for him. He come back to Notts Forest and he hasn't really done out at Nottingham Forest, but he's at a loan deal.
Cooper didn't play him at all. Cooper didn't fancy him at all. You know, and because I was scratching my head thinking, you've got Divock Origi on your bench and you're not using him, but apparently there's a genuine reason why Steve Cooper didn't use him. There was a genuine reason. Maybe that's the reason he's top heavy. Maybe that is the reason why Cooper didn't use him. Maybe he match fit.
Is Origi Nottingham Forest's player though, or what that loan deal between AC Milan and Nottingham Forest? Because I'm not sure. Let me have a look at that one because I don't like to. I wouldn't want to say something. But Origi, I just don't know if he dropped at Championship, Stu.
I don't think he would. You don't go from
You see,
Liverpool to AC Milan.
He's only on loan at Notts Forest, Stu, so they would have to broker a deal then with AC Milan because he's only on loan at Notts Forest and he's made 9 appearances, no goals. So yeah, he's on loan to Forest. I thought he was. So that could make it really
we can't
complicated.
get him anyway. We can't get him.
You'd have to broker the deal from AC Milan then, or then I'd have to cancel the loan deal with Nottingham Forest so he came to Leeds. I can't see that one happening.
No, neither can I. He got asked about Diaby and Geltard. Diaby and Geltard. He says Darko was with the under-21s of late, and we got the feeling that he's a good choice to go out on loan because he needs to grow with maturity.
Is that who Plymouth lost, Stu? Who's coming for him?
Yeah.
I'm sure Plymouth have got the deal now across line, that one.
They said that they're working on a deal for him. It's not done yet, but they're optimistic that they can get a good deal for him, and that'll be Plymouth Water.
Yeah. Well, they've lost a few players of Plymouth, haven't they?
Yeah, and then he says Joffrey is a proper part of the group and has played several minutes.
Several minutes, dearie me.
That's fantastic, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
The group is not too big, and I am not tempted to give away any more players away. Jed was our decision, and we had to make one with Luke Cayley due to his career. We want to keep more or less the rest of the group, and even strengthen it. Maybe different at the end of the month, but right now we are pleased he's back in training as of yesterday. Got asked about injuries. He says, Elan, thank God he is back and will return to the goal if nothing major happens in training. So he's going to go straight back in.
Yeah.
Byron joined team training today, along with Preveda, who was earlier this week. Both available today. They will be ready for Saturday's travel. Have to judge 90 minutes. Geltard is back too. Bad news is Pascal is out. He's still out for this game. No chance, and so is Liam Cooper. It's a major doubt. Could not train today. Groin problem, and I do not expect him to be involved. Yeah, I agree with you, Colin. He's more or less told Cresswell to leave.
Yeah.
I think he will go. Just remember, the bus did not. The bus did not want to play for our fans. Farke must buy the right players. I think if they're available, that's the problem.
Do you know what, Stu? Do you know what, like we were saying yesterday with me, when you're late, we were saying I think that last week's going to be a really big week for Leeds United. I really do. I think it's going to be all hectic that last week. I think we're all going to be really busy.
The only problem with leaving it to last week, though, Jess, right? You're left with players who nobody else wants.
It depends what they're looking at, Stu, because one minute he's saying that he's happy with fullbacks, but for me, I think it's a bit thin.
And we've got 3 loan players. We've got 3 loan positions available now, haven't we?
Yeah. I mean, for me, Stu, if you were looking at a right back and you wanted somebody on loan, Connor Bradley, who played for Liverpool last night, me and Lee watched game. He had a right game last night. He'd be really good to bring in on loan. And if he wouldn't have got injured, Trent, they were mute saying he were going to come to Leeds. And if you could get that one over the line, do you think Lee had a good game last night, Connor Bradley? Right back for Liverpool. He played all right, didn't he?
Yeah.
He'd be a nice young lad to get in for you, Stu. He was outstanding last night for a young lad. And he did well at Bolton last year. If you could get him on a loan deal just to end the season, good for you.
But like you says, Trent's out for a while.
Well, luckily Liverpool have got a bit of a break now. I don't think they play again for a couple of weeks now. It's their little Christmas break, innit, now in Premiership. So I know it's not a massive injury for Trent, 2 to 3 weeks tops. McDonnell would be another one if you can get him in from Liverpool. Yeah, Cole's agreeing here. Bradley is a future Liverpool star. Do you know what? I mainly watched it last night. If you got him in, great signing. Really good. It is sad that he's going to go, Charlie, because I just don't think he's been given a chance.
Neil Donaghy he has no love for Cresswell. I'm gutted for him. Doesn't look like it, does it? Rob Edwards says that he's leaving. He bagged an hat-trick the other week, did Wood.
Yeah, it is.
Bambi, Robin Hoodman. Swap Bamford for Origi. They are getting relegated in Nottingham Forest. We do not need to buy. We do need to buy or loan. Yeah, I agree. Leeds Angels, we do. He must have a plan. He's got to have a plan.
Yeah.
4 now, isn't it? 2 plus and Spence and Erling.
Well, what would be 3 loans and then maybe a buy? Because I know they've got 3 loan slots, haven't they? And they've let obviously Erling go.
Bradley's a future Liverpool star. Good evening, Stephen. Hope you're doing well. Or can we take a loan if we are loaning someone out?
No, I don't think it works like that.
No, we cannot. You can only. You cannot. If we got rid of Rodon, it'd give us 4 loan spots back. You can only you can. That's the only way we get 4, Gary. Cresswell's record playing for Millwall was incredible.
It was.
I can see Trent moving to midfield and Bradley starting. It'd be hard to get on loan.
Thing is, with Trent was a midfielder, and when Klopp came in, it was him who put him at right back. Trent actually is by thingy a right back, but a midfielder, but it was him who played him at right back. But Connor did have a good game for us last night. And I suppose if he wouldn't have got that injury, they probably would have let him go out on loan. But there's another lad, Callum McDonnell. He's just as good. There's a few. I think we need to strengthen there, Stu. I really do. With Ayling going out, they've got to get somebody in. I mean, look at tomorrow. You're going to end up playing at Saturday. Sorry, at centre back. Is it going to be Ethan Ampadu and Rodon then?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Be Ampadu and Rodon. Morty Cooper's not available. Stroke's not available. This is why I don't get why you couldn't use Cresswell instead of Ampadu. You know, I've Rodon and Cresswell. I don't understand. I don't get it. How far have I got? He says it's harder in this market to get the experience. Yes, sometimes all the player can go out, but it does look like it does not make sense to just bring in numbers in our players who have not played in 6 months. No deals are done out of panic. We stay tight together and tough and togetherness. Using 11 players willing to play for this shirt, and we will always have a chance. Our key people are doing a fantastic job.
Yeah, but if them key people get injured, Stu, and you've got nothing there, and that is a worry, isn't it?
Afraid so, yeah. I think so. I really do. And I'm not being funny, but who's the experienced player now? You've lost Erling. Cooper's not there. Strike's the captain who's not going to be there. For who's your experience? Bamford, Ampadu?
Yeah. Dan James, maybe.
It's going to be tough. He got asked if he needs more experienced centres. That would not be a problem, but that would not be a problem. But in this winter, it's difficult. We lost so many experienced players in the summer. Right now, with the situation with Luke, it's not easy to replace his experience. Have this in our mind on incomings, but in January there is no guarantee of finding the right player and affording this. Can't be too addicted to this. And if we do not find the perfect solution, we fight with our tools. So when I heard that, I thought, is he telling us quietly that he's happy to go with what we've got?
Yeah, more or less.
Do you know what I mean?
Because he's saying that in January there is no guarantee for finding the right player and affording this. Cannot be too addicted to this, and if we do not find the perfect solution, we fight with our tools. So what he's more or less saying is, if I don't rate the player that's coming in, we will use what we've got.
Yeah.
Which for me ain't good enough, Stu. You've got 3 loan slots. Let's get somebody in, because you're all right letting all these go out. Dele Alli to Leeds. Wow, couldn't see that one happening. Stu, I'm just reading that one in chat there. Dele Alli to Leeds.
No, I know he's gone through some personal demons as Dele. I think it's time as the superstar's gone. I really do. I think he's a shell of his former self. He can't even make it in Everton team. He's not going to be able to cut it in Championship. I don't think he's got it in him. I don't think he's got it in him at all.
No, I agree.
It's Gary saying smoking mirrors with Farke.
Yeah, look, Stu, we ain't going to come out and say, look, just as an example, we are chasing Trent Alexander-Arnold at Liverpool. Just as an example. He's not going to come and say that. He's a kind of guy that likes to do his business pretty quiet, and so at 49, and so it'll be all done hush-hush, and then they'll just pounce, and it'll all come. I mean, Jesse Lingard still available on a free. Would he drop out at Championship? No chance. I wouldn't have thought so.
What do you call it after him? Barcelona.
Yeah, there's a few teams in for him, isn't there?
Yeah.
Because Everton were interested in him as well, Jesse Lingard. Don't know if that one will happen, but I did see that because he's a free transfer, isn't he?
See, being a free transfer, he can move even after transfer.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Wouldn't have Lingard. No, he's more interested in the TikTok stuff, isn't he? He got asked about, Cooper, and is Cooper the same as earlier? He says some contract situations. It's the same contract situations, but played a bit more this season, especially of late. When you play for a new contract, it's important that you get some time. And Liam is getting this. Happy to have him and hope he can return as soon as possible. That tells me that they're going to give him a new contract.
Yeah, that tells me he's staying. There's no whatever interest's coming for him. I know Stuart were muted as one of them. He's staying at least till summer, and if he plays, he'll probably get another 1-year deal. Cooper.
What about Jordan Anderson? I would take him. I don't think he'd come to the Championship anyway. He wants a Premier League club, doesn't he?
Ajax are muted him for Jordan Anderson. There's a few teams muted. And somebody put in chat last night Newcastle, so
Chelsea as well. I think they're after him, aren't they?
Yeah, there's a few teams muted for him.
We can't. The problem is Leeds Angels. We can't compete with Premier League clubs.
Not on wages he's on over there.
Yeah, if a Premier League club wants a player, we can't compete with them because we can't afford their wages. That's the problem.
I mean, at least they've got
wages.
Jed Spence off at wage bill, and that was like £47,000 a week, Jed Spence. So, and then Ayling were obviously on about, I think he was £19,000 a week, so that's another one off at wage bill. So, there's I think what he's waiting for is a right player for him, if I'm honest. I don't think he'll just take anybody. And whether or not he gets that player in, he's more or less said, Annie, if I don't get what I want, I'll stick with what I've got.
Yeah.
In layman's terms, because he waffles on a lot, but for me, for what he was saying was, if I don't get the right tools in, the tools I've got, I'm happy with them. For me, it's a bit thin, Stu.
Lingard wants 250 grand a week and wants to sit on the bench. Is allergic to playing. I
agree.
Yeah, I agree with that, Marnie. I really do. Just imagine Lingard, Dele Alli at Leeds. That would blow us budget out of water. We couldn't afford it.
No.
We couldn't afford both. We couldn't afford them. In fact, I will invite you. Don't worry about that. You want to meet Russell? I'll let you meet Russell Lavinda. Flogging a dead horse. Flogging a dead horse, and Leeds watch on. I agree with what you're saying. He's not desperate. He's not desperate because he's even said it, hasn't he? You know, we fight with our tools if not comes up. So he's happy with what he's got. I am playing football for club and I am in training tonight. No worries about that, Avinda, mate. If that's the case, that we're too thin. I wish to be on. No worries at all, Avinda, mate. No worries at all. He got asked about you. Someone asked him about, you've come a long way since last summer. He says, I never made a secret of why I came here. In the long term, I want to bring the club to where it belongs. And I say it belongs in the Premier League. I want to establish the club there. If you are honest, in the last 20 years, we spent 3 years there. One really good year, then 2 years of struggling relegation. We do not have the right to label ourselves as an established Premier League club. That is why I came. I want to bring the club back and then establish ourselves there. I would like to do this as soon as possible, but I mentioned in the summer it can last a while. Somebody was so destructive, but we still have a chance. Top 6 gives you that chance. We can still chase those clubs ahead of us. Can't finish in a position that gives us a chance to go up. I would not say no. We have to work a lot and keep going. So many points to play for, and we know if we play to our best, we can finish in a good position. I mean, we've got to be very lucky with what we've got. And hope that none of other players get injured for the rest of the season, or he's got to really do something in this transfer window. He has to. We can't go with what we've got, and if it looks to me, he's willing to let Cresswell go. He's willing to let him walk out the door. So we'll be down to 3 centre backs. Two of them are already injured.
Yeah, I get you, Stu. It's too thin. For me, until you've seen him play as in the first team, which Peterborough would have been a perfect opportunity. You see, he shot himself in foot there. Did Liam Cooper play on Sunday, Stu, at Peterborough? Because I didn't see it game, and I'd be lying if I said I did.
No, I think Ampadu played. Ampadu and Rodon at centre backs.
Have a look, Lee. Because I just think if he did play, that's silly because then he's got injured there. And 2, until you've actually give him a run in first team and let him have a run out, I know you're going to say what goes on in training, this, that, another, but players don't always perform in training, but then they will go and play a good game. Look at Curtis Jones at Liverpool, Stu, right? He were more or less written off. No game time, not playing. And look at him now. He's flying, Stu. Player at match again last night. Doing really well. And I just think, give the lad a chance. And he won't. He's clearly set in his ways. I'm not happy with him. If a cash offer comes in, he's going. That's what I got the gist of with him. I don't think they're prepared to let him go out on loan. I think they want a cash deal.
No, it's Ampadu and Rodon.
I just don't understand why I won't give him a chance, Stu. Like, I really don't.
This is what people couldn't understand why Cresswell wasn't even in the squad.
I just don't get, like, unless he's saying something in training that we're not seeing. He's saying mentality wise. But how do you know mentality wise he's not ready unless you play him?
Leeds Angel says, let's hope no clubs come sniffing for our players. I've got a feeling we're going to end up losing. We're going to lose that. We're going to lose GRB and we're going to lose Cresswell. That's who I think we're going to lose for definite. Why do people keep going back to his Norwich days? He got asked about his Norwich experience. And he said, they can't go to Norwich with Leeds, not their group of players. In Norwich, we could build in the first year and then back it in the second with promotion. This is a whirlwind here. I have thank God, the advantage of being involved several times for promotion and winning the title. 2 times here and 2 times in Germany. Won titles and promotion to top tier. My experience is of being a good of my experience of bringing a good position over the line. My first title run in Germany, 4th tier, missed out and learnt from that. First time in a title race is hard. Sadly, no guarantees we will have the same outcome. But I can say this from experience as a manager. I have to get in the heads and hearts of the players. So I think most professional footballers know what it takes. Knows what it takes. Knows what what it means to get promoted. Anyway, I think the problem is with our play. We're putting too much on them, Jess. You're asking them. We're playing round pegs in square holes again. Putting Ampadu back in centre back.
Yeah.
I know he's played there before. Did he start his career as a centre back?
I think so. Yeah.
And I get it, but we're missing. He's at centre back. We're losing his experience as in that holding midfield role. You know what I mean?
It's same as Archie Gray, and he's more of a midfielder, but he sees it as well. I like him at right back. Square peg, like you said, square peg round hole. Why not come out and just get a right back and put Archie back at midfield? Because he looked better playing there. He does look better playing there. I'm not saying he hasn't done a good job at right back, but if he gets injured, it's thin. It is really thin, Stu. But I don't believe that he'll leave it like that. And like I said to you, I think that last week will be a really busy week. Robbo.
Cheers, Linda. It's all could have, would have, should have at the moment. I am not concerned. Just like before, when in the window closed in the summer, I will trust what does or what doesn't happen. No point stressing over what hasn't occurred. I think you're right. I think you're right, Amani. We brought in Rodon, we brought in Spence. Without any warning whatsoever. There were no. I personally didn't see any links to them 2 players. We just brought them in. It was done. It was silent business done.
Silent but deadly.
Yeah, and we know that the 49ers don't like being in headlines. They hate it. They don't like being in public spotlight. So I am worrying, but what I'm saying is, some of it's. The thing I'm taking away from this press conference is, no matter what Cresswell does or doesn't do, he's never going to get in that squad. Never.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree.
This is the perfect time to play him, use him. We've got one fit centre back.
Absolutely.
Well, we've got 2, including Cresswell, but he's not going to play him. No. So we've got 1 fit centre back, and we're going to use his holding midfielder as a centre back. It's a bit crazy. It's a bit crazy. If our players get injured, see you later. Yeah, we can't afford to get any more injuries. You're right. We can't. We really can't. Dally likes Farke. Yeah, so I've heard that, but I don't think we're going to get him. Leeds Angels love. I really don't. We don't see what goes off behind closed doors. Good point.
Yeah, I agree with
that. How are you doing, Lee?
I'm good.
How is everyone? We're good, Robbo. We're good, mate. We're good. What else did he say? Where did I get to? That's it. January window as a concept. Not convinced of giving my opinion on every topic. My role as a coach is working on a training pitch. No sense in me complaining about the schedules. 12 p.m. kickoffs or TV schedules. I have to learn to adapt to the reality. We have to adapt to the January window. Can be annoying, but by chance difficult for us this season. But I have to say I like this a lot more than the summer window.
Well, yeah, because he didn't know what team he were going to have, did he, in summer?
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
Whereas he knows now more or less what he's got. I think, other than a couple of fringe players, he won't lose. Well, we hope he don't lose any of his, Somerville, because that's muted, isn't there? Still, I don't think he'll go anywhere, Somerville, but, it's like you say, Stu, though, Somerville gets injured, say, pulls his hamstring or something, that takes 50% away of what Leeds actually achieve on pitch.
But yeah, it's 50% of his goals and his assist contribution. He's up there. He's up there for assists and all, not just his goals.
Exactly. I just think it might be a quiet window, but I do think he'll bring players in.
Well, Danny says, by the sounds of it, it's going to be a quiet window. But he did say that, though. He did say that before, did Farke. He did say that it's going to be a quiet transfer window. He did. We were all thinking, is he calling us bluff? But he did say that, and if it proves that it is going to be a quiet window, what you can say about him is he tells you the truth. You know what I mean? Gary's good. Cheers, Robbo. Good man. We get he had a long-term vision, right? He says, I am here for good, and I want to bring values to the club. I am here for good. Does it mean I am here for the good, and I want to bring values to the club? Players have to adapt to different coaches in the last season. They didn't different approaches and styles of work. Not easy when you have to do something new every 4 weeks. Major decisions in the training ground are not in the spotlight because you are solving this situation. We are trying to work on all these things. A staff environment where you are not connected to the manager. We want stability, improve at the training ground, the stadium. What I liked about Marcelo was you could see it was his team without the colour of the shirt. You knew it was a Marcelo team, a Leeds team. That's fair comment, and that's all basically what he said. He ruffled a hell of a lot about the conversations he had with Cresswell, and it was basically, he wants Cresswell wants to play, he wants to get first team minutes, but Farke's basically blew him out by saying you're not going to get in ahead of Strike and Rodon. So I think that's where it'll end. That's why I think Cresswell will go. Adam Pope mentioned Ryan Giles at Luton. He did give an answer. He says, I'm not willing to talk about any player. And he'll only talk about a player when they become a Leeds. Jess, would you take Bobby Clark on loan?
Yeah, definitely, mate. Be a good signing if they can get him.
Hey, Gary, that's good, buddy. There's not much moving, but there's a break now, so we will see. On more negative stories from behind the square, circle or triangle windows, we will wait to see what we have on the 1st of February. That's all we can do. That's all we can do, Amani. It really is. Do you think he's looking at Premier League players?
Oh yeah, Connor Roberts at Burnley, isn't it? That's a Premier League player they're after.
Again, no, Jess, right? The worry I've got is we're looking at these players at teams who are going to get who's more than likely going to get relegated. So are they good enough for the Premier League?
Vitinho's kind of took his spot on it, but Burnley at minute. But I know Burnley are willing to do a deal if they can get cash in.
Would it be a good fit for Leeds, Jess, Connor Roberts? I think he'd do a job, but like I said it in that thing I did earlier on. If it's a player what Farke wants, we've got to back him. We've got to go with what Farke wants.
Yeah. Well, it says here, look, Burnley boss Vincent Kompany, there's a big chance we do something and strengthen in a couple of positions. I just want players that are good enough for the Premier League. You have to have players who can play at this level, and that's what he's just said. Maybe.
So if he lets Connor Roberts score, that tells me that he doesn't think he's good at a Premier League player.
Well, he played more or less every game in Championship, but it is a step up in it in Premier League, and Vitinho's overtook him now. So if they can get him in, he is proven at Championship level. He's a Welsh international. So, you know.
To lead to Angel's question, do you think he's looking at Premier League players?
Mm-hmm.
If you mean, do you think he's looking for players who are going to be Premier League ready? You'd have to say Connor Roberts is a no.
Mm.
But if you look at the players who are good enough to get us to Premier League, you've got to say yeah.
But then, like with Ryan Giles, who's at Luton, Wolves are also interested in him. And from his point of view, where's he might look at him and think, well, if I can get Wolves, I might go to Wolves if he can stay in Premiership.
Well, yeah, because he'll get Premier League wages. Well, that's another thing as well that we've got to remember, right? We're fans of Leeds United. To footballers, it's a business, and they're going to go where the biggest wages are.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Harrison didn't blink twice to go to Everton, because he were guaranteed his full wages. But he's coming to Leeds in Championship, he would have had to take a 50% pay cut, and he wasn't willing to do it. Amani says, look at where Burnley are. He isn't even getting regular minutes, tells me all you need to know. I think, yeah, I agree with that in Premier League, Amani, but he did do a good with Championship. But again, we're going to have that same problem come summer. We're going to be saying we need to get rid of the likes of Connor Roberts because he's a brilliant Championship player, but he's not quite good enough for Premier League. So what do you do? I mean, do we stick, do we twist, or do we gamble? If you're going to gamble, you bring in Premier League players where you can say to them, look, we think we're going to get promoted in come with us. Half your wages now, and when you come to Premier League, you'll be on full Premier League wages. And if we don't get promoted, we'll let you go in summer.
I mean, Ryan Giles at Luton's on £35,000 a week. They were paying Jed Spence $47,000 a week, so you know that's his salary.
We could have so half of his salary. So if he's on £35,000 a week, he'd be on 17.5 at Leeds, wouldn't it?
It depends if they pay half and Luton pay half. If that's official and they are interested in him. And let's have a look at Connor Roberts.
Well, Connor Roberts that's going to be a permanent, isn't it, more than a loan?
Yeah. Let's have a look at his wages. What he's on a week. Let's have a look. Oh, Connor Roberts is on £30,000 a week at Burnley. Both doable, though, Stu.
Where am I? Danny says, same with Giles. He played well at Middlesbrough and he only played 11 times for Luton in the Premier League. But Burnley, Luton, Sheffield are all Championship players in the Premier League. I agree with that because they didn't exactly you'd even say Cameron Archer is a Championship striker. He's not a Premier League striker, definitely not. We do need some quality. I agree, at Leeds Angels, we do. Mm-hmm. And we need that squad to be improved and variable to step up. Stopgaps are not the way. Well, it puts us back in square one again, guys. If we do that, right, if we do that, if it will be the same position it comes summer, we'd have to get rid of them to bring in better quality players if we get promoted. If we don't get promoted, then we end up doing another year in Championship. Then players like Connor Roberts and stuff will be good to have. This is why I says the club has to ask themselves are they willing to gamble, stick or twist. You know, it's difficult. They're in a difficult position at 49ers, I think, because we can't you can't buy Premier League players if there's no guarantees you're going to get promoted this season. Otherwise, they'll be wanting to go just like half of them, like they did last season.
I
So
agree.
in summer, it's just gone. So we don't want to be in that position again. 49ers have said that if and when we go up, the team will get overhauled anyway. That's what they said. Yeah. So basically, Danny, we've got to get players who we think can get us out of this division. I think that's the first step. We've got to get players who can get out of this division now. If we didn't have any injuries, Jess, the team we've got, I think it's a good starting 11. But the problem is, there's no guarantees with Sam Byron. There's no guarantees that Bamford won't get injured again. Cooper's getting on a bet, so there's no guarantees he's gonna go injury free. And then all it takes is an injury to Gray, or Byram, or we're in trouble. We're in big trouble.
I agree. No, I agree, it's true. But what he's also saying is the players that are out there at the minute, they're either not playing or they're not getting much game time. He sees it as that's too much of a gamble.
Yeah.
I really do.
He's not willing to just bring in numbers,
No,
is he?
not just squad players. He wants players in that he knows that can play. And I get that. I totally do get where he's coming from. But it's like you say, if there's a few injuries, that leaves that squad paper thin.
I mean, if that ever happens to Somerville or Rutter, heaven forbid, we're in a bit of trouble, I think. I think we're in a lot of trouble. And how many times do you see Somerville being kicked at ground and stuff?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be... Lee, do you think we're going to bring any... How many... Right. I'll ask you this question, Lee. How many players are we going to bring in? Or do you think we will bring any players in?
I think we can with maybe 3 players in.
Right now, I'd take that.
I'd take them all on, yeah.
Yeah, we definitely need a left back, another right back, and if you're letting Cresswell go, I think you need another centre back.
I agree.
I'd love to see us bring in a central attacking midfielder, and if you don't forget, we might end up even losing Nonto, so you might need a wing back.
Exactly.
I mean, what date are we on now? I keep looking at my
11th.
calendar.
So we're on 11th now. Yeah.
God. So it's another day. So we definitely aren't having any players in time for Cardiff game, are we?
No. I think it's all done behind the scenes, though, Stu. I think we'll be all surprised, to be honest.
Wages for Leeds at the moment is 15 to 20 grand a week.
Not necessarily.
In Bamford on 35 grand a week.
Jorginho Ruter's on a good screw as well. I'll tell you now, won't it? I'll tell you now. Because I was doing this last night, looking at wage bills. I couldn't sleep. Let's have a look. I'll tell you. I know Jed Spence were highest earner at £47,000 a week. But obviously he's gone now. I know Ayling were £19,000 a week. Obviously that's off at wage bill now. So that's 2 off at wage bill there. If you're looking at, you've got at the minute, Patrick Bamford will be on about 35 grand a week. Jorginho Ruter's on about £35,000 a week. Jaden Anthony 25 grand a week. So there's margins there.
So we could bring in a couple of players for 35 grand a week.
What's like Bamford's on 40 grand a week. Ethan Ampadu £37,000 a week. Road on 35 grand a week. Jaden Anthony 35 grand. Ruter 34. Perot 30. Dan James 30. Junior Firpo £30,000 a week. Cardalo 30 grand a week. Dallas 28 grand. Ben Kamada 26. Gruev 26. Meslier 23. Strout 21. Liam Cooper, 19. Chris Somerville, 16 grand a week. Geldart, 14. Shackleton, 9,100. Nonto, 9 grand. So Willie Nonto, for example, if West Ham come in for him, Stu, and said, I tell you what, I'll give you 25 grand a week. He's rolling in it, innit? When he's only on 9 grand a week at Leeds.
Of course he is. Of course he is.
You know?
And we know he's got form for kicking up a stink. So exactly. I think that if this is why I think he'll go. If West Ham come in, Farke's going to be ready that he's going to do exactly the same thing again. If you don't get his move.
I mean, could you see West Ham taking him, Shu? Because you're pretty well up on West Ham.
I do, yeah. Yeah. Who doesn't? Bowen's out injured.
Paquetau's injured in here as well.
Injured as well. So yeah, their main goal threat's gone. It's disappeared.
Well, Mikel Altonia as well got injured in training again the other day.
He's been injured.
Yeah, he's out again. He fell in training the other day. I think he's out. I
think Danny Ings has got.
Well, Wolves are interested in a minute as well, aren't they? I think they might let Danny Ings go. I know Wolves are interested.
Yeah, because he's got 1 goal in 28 games or something. That's all he's got. So Danny Ings isn't exactly a threat. So yeah, I think they will go for Nonto. If they want Nonto, they'll get Nonto. They'll pay what it takes to get.
Yeah, I agree.
Cameron Archer for me as down tools at Sheffield United, as he thought they would have been better than what they are. Well, if that's the case, Danny, I'm glad he hasn't come to Leeds if he's down tools. Because that tells me a lot about his personality. Player who downs tools. Do you really want to run your club? I don't. Definitely not. Leeds Angels agrees. So it sounds like Ampadu at centre-back on Saturday again. It does, Danny. It really does, mate. It does. We won't go up if we get injuries. I don't think so. Leeds Angels. I think 2 or 3 at most, and they'll be loans, Danny. They'll be loans, mate. Farke could sack off Cooper yet.
No, I don't think so.
He needs him. Can't afford to lose Cooper. Not have to lose a name. You can't, especially if he's going to let Cresswell go.
Nah, I think he's here till at least the end of the season, but I've got a funny feeling that he'll probably get another 1-year contract, to be honest. Well, maybe on reduced terms.
He said that he wants him around, didn't he? He said that he wants him around club. He wants him around, so I think he will get another year.
I think it'll be on reduced terms, Stu. Don't get me wrong. I don't think he'll be on the 19 grand that he's on now, but he'll probably stay, Cooper.
Now I know Amali's in chat, and I know she's a big Cooper fan. But I do think his legs have his pace is. He didn't have much pace anyway, but he gets caught out too easy now. Mm-hmm. Unless it's in front of him, it's fine.
Yeah.
Or above him, fine. But if someone makes a running behind him, he's at it.
Well, how many times does Rodon have to sweep up when he's on with him and cover Stu? We've seen it when we've watched it. But for me, he's all right as a squad player, Stu, and the experience for changing room and all that. But I don't see him as a week in, week out starter at Leeds. He can do a job, and I'm not slagging the bloke off at all. But for me, like you say, I think his legs have gone. He's all right what's in front of him, but either side or behind him, Rodon's having to cover a lot. As a squad player, yes.
Yeah, because he's all right for games like, please I don't mean this in any
FA Cup, Plymouth. Something like that.
Yeah, Plymouth, Sheffield Wednesdays and stuff like that where teams don't come at you. Yeah. You know, I think he's all right when Cooper's good when the play's in front of him. When it's behind him,
he struggles. Yeah, he struggles.
Yeah. It is tense, isn't it, Stu? It is tense, Gary. I hate transfer windows, but I hate being in his position. It really does. I see one purchase and maybe 2 or 3 loans, all in the last couple of days. Gary, don't think he will get Coops. Gary, don't think he will. I think Coops gets an extension. I think he gets an extension. I do.
So do I.
I really do. Coops is going nowhere. Gary Amani's saying he
No.
got likes agree with Amani. It's not bad for the championship. Watch the players tribute to Ailing. They are not leaving. Yeah, I've seen them. I've seen them tributes. Danny sent me a link. Yes, he will. Yes, he will go to West Ham. Hey, Robert, I just watched you live with Stu in my break. Well done. Thanks for watching, Amani, love.
Yeah, I watched it back last night.
Danny Ings to Leeds. No, thank you, Leeds Angels. Sorry, no, his record's appalling. His record's atrocious.
And he's on 130 grand a week at West Ham. Danny
That's
Ings.
mad, isn't it? Now we talk about Kelvin Phillips stealing a living. Danny Ings is definitely stealing a living.
Honest, 130 grand a week he's on. I was reading it last night. 120, 130, something like that. But I know when I read it, I was like, wow. For a player that's not done a great deal, shall we say. Scary, innit, Stu? Leeds couldn't afford that, and I wouldn't want him anyway. He's done nothing. Not really at West Ham, as in. He didn't really do a lot at Liverpool. Bits. He got injured too much.
Ings, Leeds Angels, Danny Ings, and I'm getting confused. Here we go. Leeds Angels, Danny Ings, no thanks. Ings, oh my God, he last scored in 1978. Amani, is that before Christ or after death? Danny, Amani is laughing at Danny. Yeah. Look, I'll tell you, when we finish, when we end it stream, you know what I'm like, Jess? I go on different streams and stuff. I was looking at my subscriptions to see who were on, and West Ham Network were on. I don't normally watch West Ham Network. I don't know why I don't watch it, but as a rule, I don't watch it. And I clicked on it, and Kieran and Titch were on there. Kieran and Budgie were on there, and I'm happy I'm right with the chat. And she suggested a player to him, and they lost their heads up. But I think he'd be good for Leeds. Danny Welbeck.
Yeah, well, he's out of contract in summer, isn't he, Danny Welbeck? And sorry, I was mistaken. It's Lucas Paquetá on 150,000, Danny Ings on 125,000, and then Jarrod Bowen on 120,000. So yeah, he's on more money than Ward-Prowse, Palmieri, Kudos, Antonio. He's second highest earner at West Ham. That's madness, isn't it? Madness. Yeah, Danny Welbeck would be a good signing. If Leeds went up, you got him on a free transfer. Beautiful. Good signing. Really good signing.
Danny Ings is more in the nightclubs than he is on football pitches. Ings is 32 years old now as well, 130 grand a week joke. CB says Ings is injury prone more so than Bamford. I don't think so. I wouldn't want Ings, but no, I won't want Ings. Definitely not. I definitely want
But I'd take Kiefer Moore at Bournemouth.
See, we were linked with him. Mind you, how many windows do we get linked with him, Jess?
Yeah. There's a lot
it's
of
a bit like a situation, in it. Like we were linked with him every transfer window. Like
Yeah.
My head. You know what I mean? We were never going to come to us, and we still talked about him. It was crazy.
Well, he's got a transfer request in now, hasn't he, at Fenerbahce, where he is?
Has he?
Yeah.
Oh, well, Leeds will start for Leeds United again next hour. No, honestly, he does my head in. He really does. I mean, look, there's players out there, Jess, but are they available at what Leeds United want to pay for them, and also are they willing to take a pay cut to come to a championship side?
There's a lot of floating in there. There's a lot of rumours floating, but nothing where you can say, oh yeah, I can see that one happening. Connor Roberts for me is probably
most likely.
Yeah. I mean, even if they got him on a 6-month loan deal, just till end of season.
Player got mentioned, I'm going to have to do more research on him. That Ryan Giles. I want to see what he's about. Yeah, I want to see what he's about. I'll be honest with you. I've only seen that name once or twice. It hasn't been an every link on that.
No, but that, like all in it, that could be one that does get over that line. If he gets a couple of fullbacks in, We'll see what happens. But if he goes with what he's got and we get injuries, then people will say, you had the opportunity to bring somebody in and you want.
I wouldn't take Kiefer Moore. He's older than Cooper and Ayling. I'm checking flights from Luton over the next couple of days. But he do a job for Stanley with Kiefer Moore.
It's if Bamford goes, Stu, right? There's a lot floating around with Patrick Bamford at the minute now. It's the case of, does Patrick stay fit for the rest of the season? Fingers crossed he does. And he stays at Leeds and does a job for us. Or do Leeds see it as his stock value is going up, we sell him, but we get another striker in? I mean, me personally, I'd just keep it as it is till the end of the season with Bamford. Give him the chance.
Well, Bamford, to me, you know what I mean? He can't do any more than what he's already done in the last 2 games.
If he stays fit, Stu, I like Bamford and I like Reuter at side. For me, people might shoot me down. Perot is not a number 9. He isn't. He's not a number 9. When Perot and Reuter play, they're stood next to each other. There's no space, there's no movement. At least when Paddy plays, you've got something to aim for. You can use the long ball over the top because, as you've seen, he can bring the ball down nicely and his movement's good. When Perot and Reuter play, it's too pedestrian. They're like this together and it's so easy to defend against.
Well, how many times do you see Perot in his own half?
Exactly, it's too deep. Paddy stays on the last man, which as a striker, that's what you should be doing, is sat on that last man. So for me, Paddy stays and we reevaluate it come summer.
Yeah, I agree. I agree like he stays, but I would like to see I'd like to see somebody come in just in case he does break down. Because I don't trust Perot.
I don't.
I don't trust Reuter in front of goal 1-on-1. I put my money on Bamford scoring, not on Reuter. And Perot is only good if the team's already winning. He's not a player you can rely on to get you that goal what you need.
The problem is, Stu, they forked out a lot of money for Perot. 16 million quid. So, I mean, for me on Saturday, I would love to see Bamford up front and Reuter. That's me. But is he going to avert back to Perot and Reuter?
But if the players don't want to go to the Championship, Bamford is here for a couple of years when his contract runs on. Hi Ian, mate. Hope you're doing well. How's Legend Lee today? How are you doing, Lee? Forget about me and Jess. It's how's Legend Lee doing?
Yeah,
I've been
looking at now. I said we're trying to get a sample at Leeds.
Jess has a collect. It's not mine, Ian. It's my son's. It's my son's bedroom. This is all his collection in here, love. It's not mine. Stu's seen my bedroom. I'll say no more.
Don't worry. Everyone in chat, I've seen her bedroom, but she were fully clothed.
Yeah, well, you could see, no. Syllable there, yeah. Sylla thought she'd wanted to Exorcist when I woke up. I'm like, dark.
If Perot was any good, if Perot was as good as people think they would have, why didn't Premier League come in for him? Tells you all you need to know.
Totally agree with that.
Number 10 and Bamford up top while he's still scoring. I agree with that, CB. I agree with that, mate. I really do. I think his weight of pass is exceptional. For a big guy, his weight of pass is exceptional. His rutters and injury free. If Bamford stays, it could be deadly for the rest of the season. His confidence is back.
I agree with
that. Paul. Scores on Saturday. Look, I don't mind if Bamford doesn't score as long as he's getting assists. As long as he's been involved with goals and contributions, I'm happy with that, Jess.
Look, for me, he starts. he starts Saturday, we look a much better team with Bamford up top. We do. People might shoot me down for saying that, but he offers something different. It's too predictable with Perot. It is. It's too easy to defend against.
Look, you know my feelings about Bamford. I'm glad, I'm an advocate of Bamford. But what I would say is, I don't think you can say Bamford's back right now. 2 games doesn't tell you. 180 minutes of football doesn't give you that read. Give you, say that Bamford's back. I think it's made us in a better mood when we've seen him play. But give him a couple more games before we see he's back.
Yeah, if he stays fit, brilliant.
Definitely agree, CB. If he scores,
maybe, but Bambi is going.
Maybe, but Bamford is. If he scores, maybe, but Bamford is going.
Going where?
I don't think he's going.
Do you know what, Stu? I'd say that we're one to watch. Let's watch it.
Forest?
Yeah, let's just watch that. I mean, £5 million for Bamford's a sniff, innit? Let's be honest, because that's what's been muted as the transfer fee. £5 million. That's cheap.
Well, this is what I meant. I wouldn't sell him. I know this sounds harsh, but I wouldn't sell him.
I don't want him to go. Me, you give him till end of season at least. See how he goes. Because I think, you know what? I honestly believe he's over his injury worries, and I think he really will be a player that we can't afford to not have him. But that's just my personal opinion on it. People might shoot me down for that, but we have to back him, and he should start for me at Cardiff. And if he don't, then maybe Bamford will look at that and think, why?
Yeah, well, if he don't start at Cardiff, if I were Bamford, I'd be thinking, no matter what I do, I'm not gonna be the number one. So maybe then, he might question himself being at Leeds, then, mightn't he? And let's hope he don't come in that. CB, when he is not scoring, Bamford brings people into the game, unlike Perot.
Yeah,
I agree. With that.
Yeah.
Who says Bamford is going? It's
no
one says he's going. It's just a rumor. It's just a rumor that
floating.
Forest are interested in. True, Danny. Robin Hood. Robin Hood spend one Bambi. Nottingham Forest. Robin Hood spend. I like that. Agrees, Stu, that he needs more game time with goals. Then we can see he's back. Yeah, I agree. Ben Jeffrey says, be fair, our scouts are second to none. Look at the players we have found from seemingly nowhere. Still think we need to find an out number 9 who can do the damage. Got no trust in Bamford long term. Look, that's everyone's entitled to their own opinions, Ben
Absolutely.
Jeffrey. And a lot of people, you aren't alone. You're not alone with that. But I do think that he's earned the right to play against Cardiff, definitely. I've always said Bamford is better in this team than Perot, but because Perot was a shark in a pond at Swansea, he's a minnow in the sea. Yeah, I agree with that as well. Forest spend money like water. And look, let's be honest, they must be close to FFP rules by now. Jess, they are missing a one in front of that 5. Amani says 2-3-0 wins and scoring, cannot drop in. Should be the same with Class and 2, but Meslier will be back in the next.
He's already said Meslier is back.
Yeah, he said it in his press conference. Yeah, he said it. He's grateful. He's grateful that he's back. I would have said, look, I would have said something like, well, Meslier has served out his suspension. He must make sure that nothing like that happens again. That's what I would have said in press conference. Forest may want
Oh,
Bamford.
yeah, absolutely.
We'll get him. To totally agree with that, CB. And that's the same with us as well, isn't it? That's the same with. Well, we might want a player, but it don't mean so that Leeds are going to get him.
Look, it's transfer window. Like, there's going to be a lot of rumours floating around players. Somerville's another one. They're just rumour. We all report on what we see and hear. We're not saying that's going to happen. What we're saying is that's what's floating around at the minute. I mean, personally, £5 million are absolute steal for him.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's too cheap. I really do. I think for a proper number 9, it's too cheap. You know, strikers are gold dust.
Exactly. And a striker like Bamford is gold dust because of we've seen with Perot. He is not a number 9. He isn't.
I'm sorry to say this, Jesse. He might be one of the first players to be put up for sale in January come summer.
I mean, yeah, Somerville to Spurs, I have heard that, but I've heard that's more of a summer one. It's just rumours. I'd personally keep Bamford. If we can keep him fit, he could be pivotal for us getting that top 2. His goals could be pivotal for us getting top 2. It could be difference between going up automatic and staying in playoffs if we stay with Perot up front. That's my personal opinion.
I've got to agree. Look, when Perot come, I mean, I didn't get the hype about. I didn't get the hype. I mean, people were talking like he was top goal scorer and stuff, and he wasn't.
No.
And he did it for one season.
That's it. And it's a lot of money they've forked out for him. If Leeds go up this season, right, which we all hope they do, is Perot a starter for you in Premier League? Because he ain't for me. He's a bench player. He's not good enough for Premiership.
I wouldn't even have I hate to say it, but I wouldn't even have him as a squad player. I'd sell him. I'd sell him in January. I'd sell him in summer. I would. You know, we might be able to get that. We might be able to get that £16 million back if we get promoted, and that'll be good. That'll be good business for Leeds because they haven't lost up.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Forest or Leeds, it's the money. Yeah, it's Premier League wages and stuff. I get it. Leeds agent, I get it. Amani Fairlove, agree. Amani Fairlove, ACB. Peacock Whites. Can you imagine if he goes to Forest for $5 million and ends up being their top goal scorer? That will be a kick in the teeth for us. I agree with that as well, Robbo.
So do I.
I do. Play the ones who are in form, not favourites.
Absolutely agree with that.
But how many managers do you know of the favourites and keep playing them?
Absolutely.
It shouldn't happen, but it does happen, unfortunately.
Yeah, I agree.
You see, and don't forget, guys, right? We're all saying that Perot's, you know, he paid a lot of money for him, £16 million. Farke would have to admit that he got it wrong if he drops him entirely. If he drops him for 3 or 4 games, that's Farke admitting to us that he got that signing wrong.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think Perot's quick enough, if I'm honest. Fast enough. Somerville and Dan James are, but he's like the weak link in all that for me.
Bamford, you know, he's pretty.
Yeah,
Bamford. He's quick, isn't he? He's got a bit of pace about him.
Whereas Perot's like a cart horse for me. I do not rate him. I really don't. I mean, yeah, I know he scored 9 goals this season, but majority of them, when Leeds have been 1 or 2-0 up, he's not a player for me that you could rely on. Whereas, at least if you've got Bamford in the team and he's scoring, that's what, like I said to you, might be the difference between automatics and playoffs. And I'd take automatics any day. If Sunderland can do us a favour on Saturday and we win, that point difference comes down to 4.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, 2 right. Yeah.
So it's would it a panic buy, Perot?
Well, Farke says that they don't panic, but it happened awfully quick after us losing out on the Hatcher, didn't it? It was pretty quick to get him in after Hatcher.
Yeah, exactly. It was. And you've got a player at minute that really, You're not going to knock Reuter off. If you're saying your best position's on wing or on this side and you Bamford up front, where do you fit him in, Stu? But it'll annoy me on Saturday if he starts and Bamford's on bench. I won't will annoy me.
And also, I'm not right. Please, everyone in chat, don't. I'm going to say this right. I am not saying that Bamford's going to take penalties, but who's more likely to win you a penalty, Bamford
Exactly.
or Perot? I think, Perot's never hit box to win penalties.
No.
Whereas Bamford, Perot's never hit box to win penalties, whereas Bamford is.
I agree.
Hi there, how are you all doing today? We're good, Adam. We're good, mate. Agree, CB. Farke actually said in pressure, thank God Mesley is back. Yeah, Somerville to Spurs. Don't get me wrong, Bamford is in full confidence. I think he's got to play at Cardiff. But we really do need to find a new number 9 cat. Just rely on Somerville, Hudson and James.
Agree. 100%.
Perot won't be as good as
Well, even Adam's changed his tune now.
Yeah. Adam, you have changed your tune, man. I keep telling you that Perot was the second coming. No way. More rumours about Leeds United and sales of Fleetwood Mac album called Rumours.
Yeah.
Well, guys, look, I'm going to quickly get through these comments because I've got to wrap the show up after which week. Shirley Ann's father's coming tonight, and then I've got my FPL show to do. That's at 7. So, Colin says on your channel, Perot was the main man in the slow Swansea team. Our players are too fast for him.
Yeah, I agree.
Every time, same every window, Hermione, most of the rumours are garbage. We should have got better players. We should have got a better player than Perot. Yeah, but I think everyone were happy that we got Perot in.
Yeah, because of what he did at Swansea, the goals he'd scored and that. But that were at Swansea, this is at Leeds.
It's not admitting that he got it wrong. Perot was there to cover Bamford for being riddled with injury. Perot was an emergency signing to please the fans. Danny, 100%. I remember Bamford should never play again comments, and Perot was the new Jesus too. And Danny says the man, exactly. Right, one more glass comment. Please don't put words penalty and Bamford in the same sentence. Damn, I just did. So did I. So did I, CB. So did I, mate. Right, look, guys, thank you very much for joining us. Jess, much appreciated for jumping on. It's always good to have you on. You know that. You're always welcome.
Absolutely.
Lee, thank you once again, mate, for being my partner in crime, making sure channel runs smoothly. Leeds Angel says Bambi only.
He's only played 2 games.
I know.
Give him chance. Dear me, give him chance. Give the guy a chance.
Yeah, give him a break. Everyone deserves a second chance.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Cheers, everyone. Thanks, watching on Leeds. Yeah, take care, everybody. There's only one left to say thank you for watching this edition of the Table Team. So goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.
Peace out.
Take care, everybody. Great stream, Stu, Lee, and Jess has done okay.
Cheers, Danny, for your constructive criticism. Thank you very much.
He's been injured, and thanks, guys. Yeah, take care, everybody. Speak to you all soon. Bye-bye.